Hello everybody, welcome to the show, and welcome to my new series of modded Minecraft. I have been feeling a little bit under the weather, so I apologize if my voice is gravelly, and I will try to edit out coughs and sneezes. Hopefully they won't make it through to the video. Anyway, this is a new series that I'm starting. This is the world that I will be starting off in. You can see from my map there, it has not been explored any. I'm just starting out here. I do currently have time frozen. Let's see. So I can tell you what this series will entail, which I've written about right here in this book. So again, as I said, this is my new series of mildly modded Minecraft, which now I'm starting to think I might have to call Microsoft Minecraft. There is about 43 mods, and if you've seen my previous series, you know that I don't like to play with a whole lot of mods. I like to play with a minimal amount of mods so that I can really explore the mods and see what they're all about. So there are 43. A lot of those are helper mods. Things like damage indicators, inventory tweaks, NEI, the mini maps, and stuff like that. So mods that add actual content, there's not a whole lot, really. There are quite a few, though. So the first thing I'll tell you is what mods I'm going to be kind of focusing on in this series. And I have two tech mods that I really want to look at, Ender.io and Pneumatic-Craft. Ender.io is really shaping up to be a really great technology-based mod. It's not quite as robust, maybe, as something like Thermal Expansion, but it's coming along, and it's really neat. It's got some neat features, and it does work on the RF system, so you can combine it with something like Thermal Expansion or any other mod that uses the RF. Pneumatic-Craft has its own little system, but it's just kind of a neat mod, and it looks like it's fun to play with, so I can't wait to jump into that as well. On the magic side of things, I will be playing with Botania, which adds all of these neat, pretty flowers to the world, and that's basically the magic of flowers, and we get some flower power from that. And, of course, the most powerful magic of all, blood magic, using the power of life. And that is primarily what we will be using to obtain my end goal. And as usual with my series, I do have an end goal. And if you saw my last series, you know that I was killed by the Martian Mafia, rather humiliatingly. And so my end goal for this series is simple. I will travel back to Mars and kill the Martian Mafia. You might call it revenge. I call it justice. That's about as dramatic as I can get when I'm not feeling well. Let me try that again. I call it justice. I don't know. Anyway, so that will be the end goal. Revenge upon the Martian Mafia. And again, as usual with my series, I have set myself up with various challenges. Not really challenges in the sense of things that have to be accomplished, but challenges in the sense of things that will make playing a lot more difficult. My last series, for example, I did not use any magic, and that was probably why the Martian Mafia killed me, to be honest with you. This series, for challenges, the first one is going to be that I have set natural regeneration to be false, and you can see that there. And if you're familiar with Ultra Hardcore, this is sometimes called Ultra Hardcore mode, and what it means is that when my hunger bar is full in vanilla Minecraft, that normally means you will be healing your hearts, and when this is set to false, I will not be healing hearts in that way. And because of that, I will have to use more magical means of healing, primarily things like golden apples, potions of healing, potions of regeneration, and our magical mods add some things that help with healing as well. What I've noticed most of the time with this ultra hardcore mode, if you want to call it that, the beginning tends to be a lot tougher, and then once you establish a good setup with your magical healing, it becomes a non-issue. So we'll see how well that works. Two mods that I have installed, Lycanites. I don't know if that's Lycanites mobs, and Infernal mobs. Lycanites mobs adds a lot of hostile mobs to the world. And Infernal mobs, of course, I used that in the last series as well. Randomly makes certain mobs harder. I have disabled a lot of the more, what I consider to be unfair components to Infernal mobs. From my last series, I had issues with the fact that mobs with certain infernal powers could target you even if they couldn't see you or attack you directly. They could target you with their powers. And I didn't like that. I just don't feel that that's right. So I turned those off. The bad part of that is I think then when the infernal mobs are generated, it selects powers from what's available. And so it tends to generate a lot of mobs with regeneration and lifesteal, vengeance, which I really hate the vengeance one. So, but that should make things a little more difficult, which would be nice. In addition, the Martian Mafia will spawn every once in a while as well. The Martian Mafia looks a lot like creepers, but they are a lot faster than creepers, and they have more health than creepers. So when we first see one, you'll see what I mean about that. In addition, in the Nether, the zombie pigmen have been recruited by the Martian Mafia. So in the Nether, zombie pigmen, well, actually not only in the Nether, but anywhere they might be encountered, but primarily in the Nether, zombie pigmen will always be hostile. There's no neutral zombie pigmen. They have been paid off by the Martian Mafia to attack me on sight. And finally, what may end up, well, what will be a big challenge to begin with, but will also become a non-issue, much like the natural regeneration being off, is that there are not going to be any overworld ores that I can mine for. So by those, I mean that there's no coal ore, no iron ore, no gold ore, no redstone ore, no diamond ore, and no lapis ore. I would have included no emerald ore, but there was not actually a way for me to set up the game to do that. But yeah, so mining into the ground, looking for those things, they do not exist. So I will have to get my materials, as far as iron, gold, and stuff, from other sources. Now, mod-based ores still will generate. Fortunately, though, I think most of those cannot be obtained unless I have at least an iron pickaxe. So the fact that I can't get iron to start off with will limit me as well. So that is what this series is going to be all about. And what I'm going to do now is I will turn the daylight cycle back on to true. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-log in so that I'm not in cheat mode anymore, and I'll get started with the series. Okay, so I am back out of the cheating modes, and the first thing I'm going to do is actually look for wool. And I've been playing a lot of Terra Firma Craft lately, where traveling north is actually a valid means of finding sheep as you get to colder climates. So despite the fact that that's not true in normal Minecraft, I'm still going to proceed northward and look for sheep. The reason I want to look for sheep is that, as mentioned, there are no overworld vanilla ores that I can mine for. And in normal Minecraft, I'll go ahead and take this sugar while I'm here, you can, in your first few nights, you're always down digging and mining and getting yourself set up with coal and iron, gold, diamonds, etc. But since I can't do that, it becomes much more beneficial for me to be able to sleep the nights away rather than waste time not being able to do anything. So I might as well go ahead and look for sheep. I also have to be careful. I'm not accustomed to playing without the regeneration on. So normally playing, I have a tendency to allow myself to drop several blocks without thinking about it because I know it'll just heal back up real quick. So I've got to remember to myself that I can't do that anymore. Those of you that watched my previous series, I know it's been a long time since I got this series started, and a lot of reason for that was because I couldn't decide what mods I wanted to add in to this particular playthrough. I went back and forth on a lot of stuff. I finally decided on the set of mods that I have now, but to be honest with you, I wanted to get started playing. I've been itching to play and record, but I haven't fully error tested. That's a weird word to say for whatever reason. I haven't fully tested to see if there are any problems with this particular set of mods. I can already think of one that may occur, but sadly I won't know about it until the first time I try to go into the Nether. So again, I'm not sure exactly how well all of these mods will work together. So if I run into any issues or problems, it may be a thing where down the line I may have to either take out some mods or add some mods in order to allow for things that I haven't foreseen, because again, as I said, I haven't done extensive error testing on this particular combination of mods. Now, these little cobblestone structures, little walls, they form within these, what are these called? Taiga hills, I guess? Biomes? I think that's a new thing. I don't think that existed in the previous versions of Minecraft. This is Minecraft 1.7.10. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but it is 1.7.10. So, again, I need to find some wool, and I'm just walking along, which is rather dull, so I may cut until I find some wool. When I play in a test world, all I ever find is sheep. But when I play in an actual world where I'm recording, I can't find any sheep at all. Cows, pigs, chickens, even these big tall thingies, which I can't remember what are called, which are supposed to be something resembling a dinosaur, a plant-based dinosaur. They're pretty cool. Awesome. Free seeds, woohoo! What are these things called again? Aerosaurs. Aerosaur. I have no idea if an Aerosaur is a real dinosaur. I am not a dinosaur expert of any kind. But what I do know is Aerosaur don't provide wool. So, keep searching. See how far I've come from where I started? Way down here. It's ridiculous. Apparently going north was not a good idea despite my Terra Firmacraft leanings. Anyway, I will keep searching. And of course, just a few seconds after saying that, we have sheep. La! Alright, so of course, I don't have access to any iron at this point in time, so I can't simply shear the sheep. Sheep shearing. She shears sheep by the seashore. See, she shears sheep by the seashore. That is a tongue twister. I thought I would be able to say that, and it turns out I couldn't. So, I will sadly have to kill the sheep, I suppose. In the real world, you wouldn't say that. You would say you are going to process the sheep, because it sounds better, I suppose, or more humane, that you're not killing sheep, you are processing them. Seems like it anyway. It seems like that's what you hear from people. But we will go ahead. Oop, had a little bit of lag there. And looks like there's exactly 3 of them, which is convenient for me. And there we go. Now I have the ability to make a bed, even though I have already lost... Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I already lost where my crafting bench was. So I'm going to make a bed. Boop, got one. Great. So now I am stuck in the middle of this humongous forest. This mountaintop area, which is probably extreme hills, probably wouldn't be so bad, but probably a little on the dull side. I think I will go up here. It looks like here there might be plains, and see what is there. Oh, it's getting dark. That figures. Alright, I will sleep, and then head over to the area that looked like plains. Okay, so this is plains, and plains that are occupied by a ton of sheep. Who knew? Could have come here to begin with and found all the sheep I could have possibly have wanted. There appears to be some lava right here, and one heck of a brave sheep. Just like, I don't care. Lava? Well, no biggie. Ah! Ah! I'm on fire. Oh, that's just lovely. Alright, so I'm already 1 health point down, or 2 health points down, and no way to heal that. Because I thought lava was fun to look at. Because I'm not too bright. Actually, yeah, that was pretty stupid. Alright, so, and there is... Why would you guys go down there? Some cows in a pen, there's some water here, there's some horses, and everybody knows that wherever you find a herd of horses, it's got to be a safe place to live a life, because horses are not going to just pick any old place to just stand around and grazing, you know. So, Mr. and Mrs. Horse oh, there's more horses. Mr. and Mrs. Horse and other Mr. and Mrs. Horse seem to be happy here. There are some dungeons I can explore. There's plenty of flowers and grass. I think that I will go ahead and set up a base in this area. I'm not sure what I'm going to do or how it's going to look. But first of all, let me go ahead and make myself a wooden pickaxe. Come on. My clicking ability seems to be severely hampered today. And let me get... Whoa, that's a little bit farther down. Whoa. Let me get just enough... Oh, I don't like that sound. That is the sound of something bad. Anything that sounds like that is never going to be fun to encounter. You just know it's not. Like, there's nothing that makes that sound and turns out to be a cute, cuddly bunny rabbit or something. It just doesn't work out that way. Alright, so we've got enough wood here, or wood. I made a furnace out of wood, aren't you proud of me? We have enough wood here to make a furnace, and enough wood. I said it again. Enough cobblestone to make a furnace and a stone pick. And so we want to get another 3 pieces of cobblestone, like so, and I can use that to make a lumber axe. Or, well, I call it a lumber axe, I guess, to distinguish it from the pickaxe. And with that now, I can chop down some trees, like so. Boop. And once I have some trees chopped, I can use... Here's a hint. If you don't know this already, you really should. If you do make wooden tools, you all know they're pretty much useless, but don't ever just toss them out. Use them as fuel. You can cook up one thing with them. So you can plop them in, turn this one piece of wood into a piece of charcoal, and of course with a piece of charcoal you can now cook up eight something else's. So a lot of times I'll use up my wood tools till there's... You can do that no matter how much durability is left in your wood tool. So use your wood tool down to like 1 durability if you want, and then go ahead and utilize it to get you started with some charcoal if you need it. So we got 1 piece of charcoal, and we'll go ahead and turn that into 8 other pieces of charcoal. So for now, that's going to probably be it for this episode, unless something funny happens to me, and by funny I mean me dying horribly somehow while I'm working. I'm going to go ahead and cut down some trees, dig up some more cobblestone, start building up what will be my base. I won't do any cave exploring just yet because I'm not quite ready for it, to be honest with you. But I need to set up my home base, what that will be and everything, and probably get set up to get started with Botania for the next episode. I want to get started with Botania somewhat early so that it can start generating that flower power for me, and I will show you what that's all about in the next episode. So thank you for joining me for this episode. I know it wasn't very exciting or interesting because, well, the first episode really usually isn't. But I did want to give an introduction to what the series is all about, what you can expect from it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. I found out what was making all the noise. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, so, there is a mob called an Afrit. I think it's called Afrit. It's spelled A-F-R-I-T. I think it's pronounced Afrit. And it was what was making that awful noise earlier. It's right there. You can kind of see it flying near that cow. Well, it's not flying. It's on the ground, but it's flapping wings, and it can fly. And they spawn in lava. And I was over cutting a tree, and one of them spawned in front of me. Do I have any food? I do not. Huh. Oh, I was playing, when I was testing, I was using a different mod that added mutton when you killed sheep, so I thought I still had that, and so I thought I would have some mutton from the sheep I killed. Anyway, those Afrit, they spawn in lava, and sorry, I need to cook up some food because I am starving. They spawn in lava, or they might also spawn in fire. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure about that. They have the ability to shoot out this fire, and I don't have any regular fire to show to compare it to, but you can kind of see it's not the same color as regular fire. It's a slightly more orangish color, maybe? I'm not sure. But it is definitely a different kind of a color. Put down my bed because I'm going to sleep here in a minute when it gets to be dark. Or darker. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you look up, I don't know, this might not even come on video, but if you look straight up, right as the stars, I keep hitting the wrong button, I apologize. Right as the stars start to appear, that's when you can sleep. So if you're ever like not sure about that, just look up in the sky. As soon as the stars start to appear, you can sleep. Anyway, going back, so the Afrit shoots out, oh, here a zombie. The Afrit shoots out something called Bale, I can't remember now, Hellfire or Balefire or something like that. It's a little bit more orange than regular fire. And the bad part about that Balefire, Hellfire, whatever it's called, is that it doesn't obey the same rules of regular fire, in that it will spread forever, if it can. So essentially, this entire forest will just get burned down completely. It doesn't go out naturally on its own for some reason, and I believe that is considered to be a bug or an error on the part of the mod maker, and he may be working on fixing it. From what I read off of his website, that it was fixed at one point in time, but it seems to come back. I am using the most recent version of the mod, so it may be that it was fixed in a previous version of Minecraft, and then the problem has come back. So what I actually need to do now is create maybe some kind of a fire break. If I can cut down all the trees in a line here, then it will have no place to spread to. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. That is really, really hard to do. This fire, you can see where it kind of devastated all this area. It's still spreading through the grass over here. I need to do something over there. And it's going to burn up the rest of these trees here as well. But it is really difficult to go along this entire line trying to make sure that it doesn't spread to some trees and grass and other things like that. This is something that's really got to be fixed in this mod. As you can see, it's still burning these trees here, and it jumps a pretty good distance, probably maybe even 3 spots to an available leaf or piece of wood. So it can actually spread fairly rapidly. Fortunately, the mod flowers, the Botania flowers, don't seem to catch on fire. So this is what I'm left with, is a bunch of tree logs burning. And they kind of look cool in a certain way. However, I do know from experience that they will end up causing a whole bunch of lag on the computer as it does whatever it needs to do to render, or whatever it does with all of these bits of fire. So I will have to go through and get rid of them, despite the fact that they kind of look cool. It's just not feasible for me to leave them with all the damage that they cause. I can't remember where my bed is. It was difficult. I was running out of food. I managed to get a couple of apples that fell out of trees, and I ran out of axes. So I had to make some quickly out of wood, and just all kinds of stuff. So, gosh golly, oh, there it is. Let's see if I can sleep real quick. Get rid of this nighttime. So yeah, let's go see what we can... Oh, I meant to get food. Forgot to get the food. So despite the fact that I can't regenerate my health by having full hunger, I can still... What the heck is... Oh, is that lava over there? It is. There are two of the Lycanite mobs fighting each other. One of them generates lava, and the other one generates water. So that means I can't go over there. I was saying that being full on hunger will not restore my health, but running low on hunger will still cause me to die. So I still need to watch out for my hunger, no matter what I do. So let's get rid of this fire. Fortunately, the fire does go out easily, which is good, but it just spreads so darn quickly. That there is the thing I think that was creating the lava, so I do not want to get anywhere close to it, because it will essentially kill me. The sheep are not having a fun day with all this fire around. And can I create enough of a barrier zone so that this stuff doesn't have anywhere to spread? That's the question. Oh, I think it saw me. Run. Oh, it did see me. Run away, run away, run away. Run away. Oh, there's two of them and they both saw me. Are you kidding me? This is not the luck I need. I did not need to start off this series with a major forest fire and being chased by two big fiery guys that are going to kill me. Alright, well, I guess a little addendum to the first episode, because I wasn't expecting any of that to happen, but I will now have to go through, cut down these logs on fire, and then I will work on, as I said, setting up my base, setting up my home base before I can go do some more serious things that definitely need to be done in order to progress in the series. But thank you so much for watching. See you next time.